We're here at Bett 2025. The doors have just opened. It's looking busy, busy, busy. So what are we here to check out this year, Dave?
Well, we're going to go and see what the store holders have got, what they're here to offer teachers, and hopefully we'll bump into some students along the way too.
Marvellous. Lots for us to see, lots for us to report back to you guys. Looking forward to it.
Luke, who are you?
So I'm Luke Rogers. I'm a computing teacher at Bishop's Holt School in Uxbridge.
Brilliant. And you've just stopped us, haven't you, on the way into Bett? Why have you stopped us?
Because my computing teacher, who's now my head of department, swears by your stuff. I've learned my A-Levels and GCSEs through you guys. It's amazing. Can't believe I'm actually meeting you.
So let me get this right, Luke. You have done your GCSEs and your A-Levels through us, and now you're teaching with our materials as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the head of department taught me, so it's awesome. Absolutely love it.
What is it that you like the most out of the Craig and Dave resources, i.e. why do you use them to teach?
I'd say it's the fact that students can take a responsibility of their learning as well then. I mean, the fact that you've got it in and outside of the lesson. Computing's one of them subjects where you've got to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
And having the external resources helps build that passion.
So we turned him into a teacher. Yay!
School is a subject association for computing teachers, and we offer free resources, free CPD, a community of teachers. There's over 27,000 teachers that are members of CAS, so if you're not already a member, do join, have a look at everything that's going on. And then the CAS conference is in October this year in Birmingham. I think tickets are going to sell out. I say sell out because they're free, but they're going to go. I think we're going to get...
That's worth pointing out. I mean, everything CAS does is free, isn't
it?
it?
Yeah, absolutely free, not a penny. We're all industry funded, so yeah, that's why
Marvellous.
It's nothing for teachers.
And one other thing that's quite interesting to highlight that you've been getting into recently that not a lot of people might be aware of is the thematic communities and to sign up to those. So do you want to say a quick just bit about what they are?
Yeah, so the thematic communities are all online communities. So obviously pre-COVID, we had loads of in-person meetups, and obviously that changed. So we've got 12 different online communities that you can join. So we've got ones like primary, secondary, A-level, vocational, ones for trainee teachers and those that work in HE. But then we've also got AI, physical computing, interactive 3D and gaming, research, and there's probably a couple I've forgotten.
Something for everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, so it's day 2. Your feet don't hurt too much at the moment.
Not too much, but I was at the awards last night, so yeah.
Oh, that's a late night.
That was a late night, yes. And there's going to be another one tonight because it's the Teach Meet tonight with the Teach Meet social, so yeah.
Right, well, thank you for spending a few minutes for us, Becky.
No problem.
Cheers.
So I like to say at Vex Robotics, we lead the world in creating meaningful learning experiences for students. The reason why we say that is number one, we're the world's largest provider in STEM education. So millions of students touch our solutions every single day. As a former teacher, I'm very proud of the fact that we've certified over 21,000 teachers in over 50 countries around the world. We also have the world's largest robotics competition. But at the end of the day, we provide meaningful learning experiences both in the classroom, on a competition field, all over the world every single day. And that's what we're very proud of.
I like that. I'm just got the meaningful learning experiences. That's what I like. I'm going to focus in actually on the competition aspect. I know what you do is way more than just the competition bit, but as some of you may well know, Dave and I are actually judging a regional VEX competition this coming Saturday in Chipping Camden. So again, if schools aren't aware of that and they're like, because that's quite an innovative thing, it's like, oh, I didn't know about that. Is that something we can get our kids involved in? How would they find out more about sort of the VEX competition side of things?
They can reach out to their local regional support manager.
Yep.
So they can look on the VEX website to find out more information about that. And they're dedicated to basically help them get started, whether they want to create a team or if they eventually want to host an event. But there's an entire infrastructure to help them, get involved in that and be able to do that. But VEX competitions, to your point, what they really are about is allowing students to collaborate
collaborate,
get them
teamwork.
involved on STEM skills, and really allow them the opportunity to really become engaged with STEM, and give students an opportunity to collaborate in ways that are really difficult to do, outside of a VEX competition setting.
Yeah. And it's worth saying as well, that VEX competition, although Dave and I are judging a regional level, that goes on to nationals and indeed international, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? I mean,
Absolutely. It is the world's largest robotics competition. So this May, we will have students probably over 60 countries over 2 weeks to set upon Dallas, Texas. Over 60,000 very enthusiastic students. So yeah, it's a very large competition.
wow, that sounds fantastic. So if you haven't heard them before, check them out. And we'll give you some updates as well once we've been to Chip and Camden School for our first judging experience with VEX. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
So we're here at the AQA stand. They're the only exam board this year that actually have a stand at Bett, and I'm going to set Dave a challenge. Okay, I feel like it's a bit unfair. I want you to speak to whoever we can get hold of and just ask the question.
When are the new GCSE specifications going to be thought about, released?
Well, as you can imagine, we're all thinking about them already. When it comes to the actual release, time will tell, but I think it will be a couple of years yet. But that gives us time to prepare, really good specs going forward.
Yeah, we weren't expecting a firm day out of you. That would have been unfair. Is it a similar situation with the A-Levels? Because obviously the A-Levels are they're quite mature, aren't they? I mean, all the A-Levels from all the exam boards, I think we're like in year 8. Is it fair to say the A-Levels are being kind of seriously looked by the exam boards, or is it a case of GCSE first, then we'll look at A-Levels? I don't know, the thing that teachers ask us all the time is, when a new spec's coming, I'm like, we don't know. The exam boards are being really tight-lipped about it.
Yeah, well, our hands are tied, obviously, by the outcomes of the curriculum and assessment review. However,
okay,
that being said, some of the A-levels that are perhaps coming to the end of their life, we are looking at them and making iterations where we can before that takes place.
So is it fair to say then that new specifications, GCSE and A-Level for computer science, at least 2 years away, possibly a little bit more than that?
Yes, at least, because we need to have time to develop specifications,
consult.
all the subject content being agreed by the DFE, and also to give everyone lead-in that they need to prepare.
What we expected, no firm answers, but what do you take from that? And more importantly, for our viewers, what does that mean for the teacher down on the ground? Couple of years beholden on the review of the curriculum. So what does that mean?
I think it means two things. I think it means, on the one hand, we can breathe a sigh of relief that we don't have to worry about big change for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We can continue doing what we're doing, what we're familiar with,
Yeah.
and it gives us time to prepare. They're not going to suddenly drop something on us, so I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think the second thing, though, is probably some mild frustration.
Yeah.
I know we've been waiting for new specifications for a long time. People will feel that the old specifications are now getting a little bit out of date, and they really want to see some modern, innovative things in those specifications. So I think it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Watch this space.
I would
Yeah,
say
that's
when your
same
videos
as
came on board, we
We bumped
embed
it.
it.
Oh,
We embed it in everything. Every single topic, we use it. And it's
so I don't know
like,
if you're
but
aware,
use
we
it.
do classroom resources as well.
Oh, you do classroom resources?
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah. So
Okay.
we do, obviously, you know us through the YouTube channel
Yeah.
videos, but yeah, we do full-blown classroom resources for GCSE and A-Level.
So have you got like topic papers, exam papers?
You're not heard of Smart Revise?
No.
You've not heard of Smart
We
Revise?
videos. We just use the videos.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Is there a stand in there that we can go to?
There is
So, no,
not.
we don't have to stand
But-
here.
Revise, get that done.
yes.
I mean, we have
Yeah.
one topic test for every topic that's paper-based included in the resources, but Smart Revise just takes that to another level. We've got hundreds and hundreds of questions in it,
Yeah.
all written by us, so
Yeah.
you can guarantee that they're what they should be.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
No, thank you.
For those who don't know what EXA is and what you have to offer.
So EXA is an internet service provider. So most schools already have some kind of internet provision in place. And for some of those, it could be Virgin or BT, or they might not go with the big company and they might like to go with a sort of smaller business. It's been around for a long time. It's very, very focused on the consumer. So that's who I work for.
Yeah.
But I run the education side of things where like people invite me into their school. And at the moment, we're running a government-funded STEM program. So we're looking for schools who would like to host a free STEM event in their school, focused on things like careers in STEM, and it's all about diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm a perfect role model for diversity and inclusion. But it's not just about me, it's about the children.
So you might be a teacher who's thinking, I'd love to get some esports into my school, but you don't really know how to go about it. So Nick, you used to be an esports teacher, I understand.
Yeah, that's correct.
Tell me all about it.
So esports is an amazing vehicle for a whole lot of teaching transferable skills. It's really simple to do. It's don't be put off. Don't be kind of like scared about you don't know anything about gaming. That doesn't matter because like with YoYoTech, we can put all the foundations in that you need in terms of technical equipment. And then the teachers just do their thing and use esports as a vehicle to teach a whole range of transferable skills. And in any school or in any college, there will be teaching staff that can do that with the skills that they have. It doesn't matter that they don't know anything about esports. And if they want to find out more, the esports community, especially in education, is so willing to help and support that, you know, all they've got to do is say, like, I need some help, I need some advice, and it'll all be there for them.
You say that, but as a teacher, it just looks really intimidating. You know, I'm used to teaching a bit of programming, maybe a little bit of spreadsheets, that kind of thing. And now you want me to teach esports. It just feels like there's a real high barrier to entry. Help me break down those fears.
Okay, so in terms of barriers to entry, one thing that you can do is you can buy ready-made teaching resources. And those teaching resources is enough for a qualified teacher will be able to just look through those and go and deliver it because they're designed for that purpose. When the BTEC was introduced, you know, there was obviously going to be there are no esports teachers in the country and there's very few that maybe understand both. So those resources are designed so that anyone can pick it up and using their teaching skills, they can learn what they need to. And also the students are your best resource. The students know everything about everything except the stuff they need to know. But in terms of the games, you know, use them as a teacher.
Absolutely. And you said there's a BTEC, so there's actually a qualification?
So there's lots of qualifications. So we've got a BTEC for further education at levels 1, 2 and 3. You've got degrees at university, and then now the next phase is in schools. So we've got like gaming clubs and esports clubs, but the qualifications are coming. They are being written as we speak.
Wow.
So you can actually qualify.
That's really exciting because it's the secondary level that we're really interested in and preparing students for that next step. Thank you very much. Ben, so I'm a teacher. I've been inspired by Nick. I know I don't need a lot of knowledge to get involved. I know there's a great community out there, but I need to convince my governors that this is worth an investment because they're thinking games in school, really? So you can help me?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that challenge is getting easier as the years go on. We've been doing this now in education for about 4 or 5 years, and the conversations that I was having on a stand like this 4 or 5 years ago are significantly different than the ones now. We still have, you know, some elements of that, but it's definitely getting easier. And what we try and pride ourselves to do here at YoYoTech, which is part of our Centerprise International Group, and we are able to offer a full turnkey solution for almost anything that you need, because we understand that that could be a challenge, right?
Right. Let me stop you there for a minute, because that's a bit of a buzzword, right? When you say a turnkey solution, what does that mean for your teacher who's thinking, I just want to get involved?
Yeah, true. So the turnkey solution would come at the end when maybe they're ready to have a solution. But in terms of a full turnkey solution, I mean that we're able to offer help and advice on all aspects of either getting you off the ground, or maybe you've got off the ground and maybe you need some help with other aspects. In our team, we have ex-esports teachers, we have kind of more technical people that have worked in the esports industry before, and we're able to cover off almost every element of helping someone go from absolutely nothing to getting their arena installed and it being run. I've had lots of really great interactions over the last couple of years with curriculum leads, system principals, where I've actually helped write some of their kind of copy to help get it through kind of governance and that kind of stuff, and help them with pictures and statistics. And I've gone on kind of Teams calls with like boards of directors to kind of help explain what, it's not just kids playing games, it's a learning vehicle to help them learn in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. This sounds fantastic. So it doesn't matter whether it's hardware, software, paperwork, conversations, whatever it takes, YoYoTech can help me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where that kind of full turnkey solution is. And these spaces look amazing, and you want it to be amazing and not be a burden. So the software is a really key element, and that's something that we can help with too.
That's absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you very much. It's cool to be in school.
Are you in year 12 or 13? 13. Have you been using this for GCSE as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do something for you now then, are you right? I feel really sorry for you. So you've been forced to watch all our videos? Yeah. Have you watched our YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Okay, get you ready for this? In this video...
That's all they watch. They switch it off after that. Good. Well, we're so glad that you found the videos useful, because we really just created the videos for our own students initially.
We don't even monetize them, do we? So we make no money off the YouTube channel.
No ads, no sponsors. We literally do it to help you guys out. So it touches our heart when you stop us and say, when you say, it's really helped us with our GCSEs.
Yeah.
It means everything to us.
Cheers, and good luck with exams at the end of the year.
Everyone's going crazy about AI at the moment, and the one thing that is going to really annoy teachers, and has annoyed teachers, is if the platform uses AI to help the students to write the code. And I know if you're a software developer, that's exactly what you want. But when you're learning to code, you need to learn to code. So tell us whether the AI is going to actually write the code.
Or whether it's a feature that the teachers can turn on or turn off.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the idea. The teachers can turn it on and turn it off, and the idea is we're using it for formative assessment to start with. Formative feedback and assessment. So generate feedback based on the student exercises, and then potentially generate some multiple choice questions or open-ended like code comprehension questions.
Have you heard of Time to Code?
I don't know it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's our
It is.
Yeah, it's our
but
completely free programming suite online.
However, it's not a platform.
No, it's not.
What it is, just a bunch of web pages.
I'm sorry, Dave. Dave spent hundreds of hours. I'm going to be quiet at this point.
It's just a bunch of web pages. Like, listen to that. I have to work with this every day.
Go
right?
on. Get on with it.
What it is it is hundreds of exercises for students to undertake, differentiated problems for them to solve. But it's written specifically for examinations, preparing students for examinations. But as Craig says, it's really just web pages, static web pages of exercises. And what we're looking for is partners that are willing to take our content, put it into their platform so that they can augment it, and then teachers can get a lot more, Web 2, whatever, use out of those resources.
The Time to Code website is completely free. I mean, we do sell resources, but Time to Code itself is completely free. It's just there for teachers and students to learn how to code, and it takes them on a journey of knowing nothing to the point they need to be at for exams. So we know it's being used by hundreds of schools and probably actually tens of thousands of students, because the thing that teachers are saying, with RepNet having gone, is there a way for us to, we don't have the platform.
Right.
We'd love to put it in a platform, and then if it's in that platform, and I think you said earlier on, we're going to have our own stuff on there, other people will be able to upload those stuff. So that sounds like a really great thing, because we've been scrabbling around. I mean, we do have one platform where we are putting it in, but if we can put this in for free, into platforms, brilliant.
Yeah, we have Go Code It that wants to take our content, put it into their platform. But if, something that Keita want, we've got content written for 14 to 16-year-olds.
Right, sounds like a match. I like that. We'll take that line.
So
selfie with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like if I show them this, I might be the coolest teacher they've ever had, and obviously that's quite
You want
important.
proof that we're real people and we really exist.
Yes.
What is it about any of those particular videos that stand out? Why do you use smart eyes? What about the video? I just want genuine feedback.
Yeah, fair enough. So I say videos. So we don't use them in lessons. We use them of like either flipped learning. So
perfect.
or as a revision tool. So what often will happen is I'll have a child. They've gotten so ingrained into just the way that we teach our curriculum that a child. I'll explain something. They might come to a clinic. And that sometimes this doesn't happen. Like there's something missing there, and they'll go, all right, you know what, miss, I'm going to go and watch Craig and Dave, and then they'll go and they'll take themselves into the corner of the room, and they'll be like, and I think it's the fact that they can like rewind, and they just and they will literally, and they'll be like, right, because I've got children who really want to study this going forward. They want to get those A stars, they want to get those 9s, and they are like so dedicated. But then on the other side of the spectrum as well, I've got children who are achieving lower grades, and it's just that extra crutch to help them through. I think,
that's really nice to hear.
Yeah, I think the fact that I can really pinpoint the video for the literally the bullet point and the specification. And we do that sometimes. We align it and I say, look, at parents' evenings, I say things like, these are the exact things you need to work on. And I was like, and there's
a video for each of that.
That's lovely. And we kind of mapped it on our MIS to everything. So and Smart Revise, it does what it says on the tin. They very the multiple choice questions are excellent, because I always say to my children, look, if you're going to go away and revise for a test, great, spend 5 minutes on Smart Revise more than 20 minutes of reading a book, because it's going to be so much more beneficial, because they just sort of mindlessly flick, or all their notes are on class notebook and they're just scrolling, and I'm like, you're doom scrolling. You're not doing anything. And it's like, you know what, I'd rather you did this. And so when it gets up to exams, we have we do the leaderboard, and I stick it up there and I name and shame, and I'm like, come on, what's going on? You haven't used it, you haven't done, and it's
so nice to hear.
It's kind of fun. They're really competitive, and they're really it's great.
And do you, again, be honest, do you notice a difference? Those students that engage with the videos and Smart Revise versus those that maybe don't?
I do. So I noticed the biggest difference on the lower end, because I noticed that we're actually there's actual an understanding. Whereas things to do with the terminology that they're using when they're answering questions is much more improved. So I find those students tend to stick to the multiple choice questions. My students on the higher end do tend to move into the sort of advanced section a little bit more, and they spend a lot of time in there. Which is great, because I can't cater to every child in every, and so it gives us.
That is such an honest answer from a teacher. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what they tell us in SLT. Differentiate, specialised every student, with all your classes. The practical reality is it's impossible. You'd burn out, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So if you've got a tool that can help you, it's just nice.
It's genuinely, it's great. We wouldn't ever stop using it, because also there's the. If I'm going to be honest as a teacher, there's the sort of we've got a homework deadline, right? Our homework has to be on the system by 5 o'clock, or else we can't set it.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, it's just 1:45, and I've got all these reports to write, and I'm like, well, I could just give them this. I could set them a task, and then it will mark it, and it will do it. And I don't do it all the time, because they need a bit of feedback. I like to know where they're up to, but some of this, it's a bit of a lifesaver in that respect, because I know that what they're getting is solid quality content. So it's I feel all right with cheaping out on it a bit, because I'm like, oh, it's fine, just give them selfie time.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Selfie time, 100%. Although it's been really fun, Dave, speaking to exhibitors, I must say one of the best bits has been, as always, with Unscripted, when we actually meet the teachers and the students. And that has been so fun. I think how long had we been here before that lad came up who used to be a GCSE student, A-Level student, and is now teaching? I think we've been here about 2 minutes.
We literally walked up the stairs. We hadn't even got into Bett at that point, and we were stopped by someone that was a student, and now they're a teacher, and they were talking to us about how we'd taken them all the way through their GCSEs, A-Levels, and now into teacher training and into teaching. And it's just remarkable how we're touching people's lives. We've always said we're not making products, we're making people of the future. And it's so rewarding.
It sounds so corny when you say it, and some people will think, oh, they're not sincere about that. But it is the nicest bit of what we do. We were just recording a little outro for the end of the day, and we had a teacher, love your stuff, transform my teaching. I learned content through doing it. kids would kill me if I didn't have a photo and say hello. And it does make you realise, you know, sometimes I sit there and I moan to you, oh Dave, I've had another day, and then you get that and you realise, actually, I'm making a difference.
Making a difference.
Making
exactly.
a difference.
And students, the number of students that have stopped us today and said, oh, are you Craig and Dave? Are you Craig and Dave? And, you know, we know that a lot of students don't like their teachers inflicting our videos on them. But there's a lot of students out there who literally have said, you saved my GCSEs. And so for us to be able to make that difference, meeting those young people and knowing what we're helping them achieve, I just think it means so much.
No. It makes it worthwhile. It makes it worthwhile.